Hi, I'm Greg, your car angel. When you buy a used car, you have to do an inspection on it. And on my website, I go through that inspection process with you. But when you buy a used Subaru, you have to know how to test for head gasket failure, because the 2.5 boxer engine, which is found in most Subarus, is prone to head gasket failure. So you really need to take the time to do a test to see in what condition that head gasket is in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, before I do the block test on this car, I want to describe the process of head gasket failure a bit. Now, basically, you have the piston that's coming up and it's compressing air in the chamber. Now, normally that's a clean exhaust, right? But if you have head gasket failure or leakage within the head gasket, you'll find that there's a breach in that gasket where it allows the coolant from the cooling jacket around the engine to enter into the combustion chamber. Now, that will result in basically catastrophic failure in due time. There's also a bit of trace hydrocarbons that find their ways back to the cooling system, which is your coolant, and those trace chemicals get picked up in this block test, and that's why this block test is very helpful for determining whether you have any compromise in that head gasket or not. To perform this test, you don't need any special tools. You just need a block tester from NAPA. Actually sells this for under 50 bucks. Now, this block tester consists of 3 parts basically. You have the test fluid. Obviously, I've used that quite a bit. And you have this part here, okay, the tube, and then you have this little rubber stopper with a one-way check valve on that. So here's your radiator cap, and you want to open this up and make sure that your engine is cool when this happens. So we're going to start by opening this up, and normally you'll see your coolant right up to the edge here, and if that is the case, you take a turkey baster, which is a really great tool for doing this, and you just extract enough out of there so that the fluid level is approximately 2 to 3 inches below that line right there. And the reason is because we don't want coolant coming up on this inspection. We want only the vapor, the coolant vapor, the fumes. So that's a very important part. Now, again, this car is cold. We're going to start it up and we're going to run it till the thermostat opens up, and that's where we're going to get the vapors from. So after starting the engine, you're going to wait until the thermostat opens up, and in order to determine that, you got to look inside the throat here, and I'm going to rev it a little bit. And you can see the coolant inside there, and as I rev more and more, you'll see that coolant rising, okay? And we're going to wait until that starts circulating in there. It's not circulating yet. The thermostat opened up. Now that vapor right there is what we're going to take into the test kit. So now once I have a vapor coming out like that, I'm going to fill my tube up with the blue test fluid to the line that it's asking for, which is that line right there. You put that on the throat of the radiator, make a nice seal. You take your rubber squeezy thing here with the check valve on top, you place that in there, and you gently take the fumes out. You don't want to do too much of a pressing of this, because you don't want to bring in the coolant into this chamber. You just want the fumes. And you do this, they say for a minute, but I already see my test fluid turning yellow. And what that means is that this engine has failed the head gasket test. In other words, there's a presence of hydrocarbons in the coolant, and that's not what coolant has in it normally. So you can see that this is clearly a yellow fluid from the blue, and that means that the head gasket is failing on this car. So this is the problem with Subarus, is that on an otherwise great car, the 2.5 boxer engine has this problem, and it comes up a lot. This can save you thousands and thousands of dollars by doing this test. And this car obviously needs a head gasket replacement immediately. So I hope you've enjoyed this time-saving, money-saving tip. I'm Greg, your car angel. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.